So right now we are working on our food, water, and electrolyte situation. So this is all the stuff that we have, and we're trying to split them into 2 equal bags to drop in the areas that we need them. Good morning everyone, and welcome to Horseshoe Hell 2025. It's about 8:30, and in 30 minutes we have to go do our check-in, and then the official competition starts at 10 a.m. and runs all the way from 10 a.m. today, Friday, all the way to 10 a.m. on Saturday. 24 hours, baby. I feel prepared, but I also feel like this is one of those situations where you don't know what you don't know. And so I guess we'll see what we learn along the way. My goal is somewhere between 75 and 100 routes, but they did change the rules this year, and it's the first year that you can't repeat the same route. So it used to be that each partner could do 2 laps, and this year it's the first year where you can only do 1 lap per partner on each route. So that's going to add a lot of time as you move between each route. For something like this, Jed and I are climbing 5'9" and below. We're not even going to touch a 5'10" this entire competition, which is kind of crazy because there are around 500-ish routes in the canyon, and I think that there are around 150 routes under 5'9". Stop. Ah!
I'm in disguise.
Where's Jed?
They've been here every year. They have been included in the ideas and what you actually see in front of you right now. They've been instrumental, and so thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. Today, we become runners!
20 years ago, Andy Chastain was trying to figure out how to do a climbing comp. And I said, how can I help? If Horseshoe Hell has any legacy in the world, it's us going out in the world and asking people in our lives, how can I help? Thank you to everyone who's helped us make it 20 years.
So this is the arcade. For some reason, I was really nervous starting out, and it made it hard to climb. Jed and I both started with this 5'8" plus route called Grand Theft Auto. One kind of insane thing about Horseshoe Hell is that climbers of different skills and abilities come. So it was wild to see some of the professional climbers right next to me on routes, just cruising along. Alright people, status update. I'm housing food. We're 3 or 4 routes in. It's kind of hard with the only single route instead of doubling on every route. It's very different than the experience we had a couple years ago. But we also have never climbed the routes in the arcade, and they're a little bit taller, so that also makes a difference. Weather is perfect. It is 1 p.m. We're still at the arcade. We've ran through most of the routes that we can do here, and now we're looking to see where we're going to move to next. I feel good, but definitely starting to feel a little bit tired. Jed is eating pretzels.
So we did Modern Warfare, Grand Theft Auto, 2 Up, Metroid, skipped Legend of Zelda, did Donkey Kong, and did Out of Quarters.
Our plan was to work our way along the west side towards the North 40, so the next wall for us was Street Fighter Wall. There were 2 5'8" there called Blanca, and I took a dookie. One thing that's kind of cool is that people are so willing to help each other out during hell, and the people giving me the arete beta on this climb is a perfect example of that.
You have a foot out to your right around the arete.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Way out to the right.
Don't do what I did. Don't go left.
Okay, thank
Stay
you.
right. Yeah.
I was like, what in the world? You gotta go for the big foothole.
Nice, partner, you got it.
guys are the best for that.
Yeah, you're good.
So we just did the 2 routes on Street Fighter Wall, and then we're gonna go farther down the canyon, but first I need a snack because I am very hungry.
We gotta skip the next Greg because there's nothing in it for us, and then go to the one after that, but
Okay.
I can't remember what either of them are called.
Okay, cool. This is Prophecy Wall. How are you doing, Jed?
I'm doing good. I think maybe I had just a little bit too much food at the last stop, and I'm questioning our water supply.
This is the type of route that if we weren't trying to hit every rock, I'd skip.
Just because it's so dirty, or?
Yeah. It's dirty and it's just like not all that fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy, so I'll take that, but. So we are at Prophecy Wall, and we are going to be doing one up the side, the right side. It's a 5.7 or 5.8, and then we're running low on water. This is all the water that we have left. So we're gonna walk down, hopefully towards the North 40, and there should be a water cube like along the way. That's one thing about Horseshoe Hose. They put a lot of water out everywhere, so it's really helpful because the last time we were here it was 93 degrees. And a lot of people were dropping like flies because they were not drinking enough water. And even if they were, it was still really hot. I think this 5.8 called Ramblin' Man was one of my favorite routes in the whole canyon. The moves were really fun, and I think by now we all know that I just love an erect climb. It's 2:40 p.m. We're moving along to the next wall, which is Titanic Boulder. We have a handful of routes to do there, all with sea-themed names. Yeah, we're making our way. We desperately need to fill up on water, though. Woo! And those guys are in a rush. It's kind of hard to tell where we're at because we're at walls that are a little bit slower, but once we get to the North 40, it should move a lot quicker. It was a party everywhere, but Titanic was really busy. The routes were short on the main wall, and it was easy to get a good quantity of them in back to back to back. There was also a really cool freestanding pillar with a route I loved called Squirrel Deck on the right side of it. Guys, look, it's Andy! Hi!
Hey, Mark!
We're moving on to the Doomsday Wall next. But we just got like 7 routes in like hour and a half. I don't know what time is. I could be completely wrong. But the routes are way shorter. So that was good. How are you doing, Jed?
I definitely feel like I'm officially to the point where I know I'm tired. Like if we were just out climbing for the day, I'd probably be like, oh, I think I'm about done.
Woohoo! Go Andy! There were 4 routes that we needed to climb at Doomsday. One thing that was actually kind of crazy is how much we had to eat and drink during the entire competition to keep our energy and hydration levels up. I felt like the whole cycle was just eat, drink, climb, belay over and over and over again. We got one more route at Doomsday Wall called Itchy and Scratchy, and then we're moving on to the next area. We still haven't filled up our waters because the water station was a little farther down than we expected, but I think we're doing okay, but we gotta make sure to keep an eye on that because it's crazy how easy it is to get underhydrated out here. And then we saw her in all of her shining glory, the water cube. And the Red Bull stash! I'm just trying to not waste it. Doomsday. We did 5.9 minus, 5.8, 5.8, 5.8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, cool. We're up to speed. We're at 18 routes. Moving on, we went to the Spooky Dookie Wall. This was where things got interesting. The routes were a little bit dirty, and both Jed and I fell for our first time, due to both getting tired, but also just some burly, dirty starts. On one of the routes here, I was 3/4 of the way up and had gotten so off route that I had to stop and rest and then basically do something close to the splits to get back to where I needed to be. But luckily, I managed to pull it off. So, spooky dookie, it's been a little rough for us. I took my first fall and Jed took a couple falls. His left arm is cramping, so hopefully that'll uncramp. But we're trying to move quickly so that we can get him on another route so he doesn't lose his 1 route an hour, which is a requirement for the comp. So, vamonos. Jed thought that our best option was to go to the corridor and get me on a route called Around the Fur. So we headed that way. I threw on some music, and this is where I felt like I started to realize both how sick and how crazy this whole thing was starting to be. Luckily, the guys from the Ground Up podcast were there and gave me beta and vibes, which was very much appreciated. The 7 o'clock, just sounded. We're bringing out the headlamps, and pretty soon we'll break out the glow sticks. But we're getting on a 5-6. Alright, you ready for this? I hope these work.
Crack them and shake them and have the go.
Yo. Do these not work?
Alright, Dad.
I'm not sure. Alright, it's 7:40. We just got done with Action Hot Dog. It was finally time for the North 40, but it was also starting to get dark, and our plans of moving faster didn't seem to be happening at all. Stickbug.
Stickbug, get totally Stickbug.
We love him.
I love you, Stickbug.
What's his
Put
name?
your hands in the air if you're a Stickbug.
What's his name?
I don't know. What should we name him or her?
His name is Rod.
So I just took a massive dump.
Good update.
And I feel better. The crag is popping. And I'm about to climb Spam. It's a 5-8. Scrambled eggs. Gosh dang it, I'm about to climb something. We're skipping Green Goblin. It just seems way too tall right now. We're gonna go down to the shorter stuff. I think Crimp Scampy is maybe the next area, but I think this is potentially where we're gonna hit our stride. At least I'm hoping so. It is officially about halfway through, and at the halfway point, they usually require that all teams do a check-in. And luckily we kind of planned it so we're going to be close to the check-in. So we just have to go and say that we didn't die yet. So, yeah. It's 10:30 and I'm starting to feel the fatigue set in, but we got a lot more to go. So, we're at good old-fashioned kindergarten boulder. We need some shorter routes. It's a little bit past 1, maybe like 1:30. I think Jed and I are both starting to kind of run out of steam, but it doesn't matter. We got a lot left, so we're going to keep trucking along. We've done most of the things on the kindergarten boulder at this point. I think we might have a few routes left, like a few 5-8s. And then I'm not really sure what the plan is. We got to regroup.
I'm fine. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're hanging. We have no idea how, but we just got through a 5.8 and a 5.8 plus that are like the shortest routes of the whole comp. They're kind of overhung and burly, but they have really, really good jugs, and we both got through them. Also, because you're allowed to stick clip the second bolt, they're on top rope, and that is awesome. Alright, we're looking for brand new. Okay, we're in the groovy area.
Yeah, we're in the groovy area. The one Andy and them are on is brand new.
Cool. And then to the right, there's a 5.8. To the right of that, there's a 5.7. To the right of that, there's a 5.7. To the right of that, there's a 5.8. To the right of that, there's a 5.7, I think? 5.8, 5.6. So basically just go right.
A lot of stuff here today.
Groovy, baby. Okay, guys, it's 3:30 in the morning. We're taking like a 20 to 30 minute break. We need to just chill for a sec. We also had to pee, and someone just handed me a quesadilla. This beautiful, beautiful creation. I think we're at the point where we're only gonna get 1 or 2 routes an hour, but that's okay. Just gotta keep going. It's 4:12 a.m. We're taking another little break. Oh man, what a crazy thing to do. But I know that this will be like something that I look back on my life and I'll be really glad that I did crazy stuff like this. So I do feel pretty tired, like physically, but like I can make it up 7s. I could probably do at least 10. The main problem is that I'm starting to get like sleepy tired, and I feel a little unsafe like below the first bolt. So like I think we're gonna find stick clips maybe, because it just feels a little bit like scary being on the wall like this tired, like not bolted in. But then once I'm bolted in, I'm slow, but I'm getting up the routes, and so is Jed. I think this is only my like second time in my entire life that I've stayed up for 24 hours, and the first time I was just chilling watching Bo Burnham, so a little bit different. Nighttime isn't like overly interesting. In fact, this whole thing isn't overly interesting. They call it hell for a reason, and I think like it's very interesting to see how far you can push the human body. I feel like I'm at my absolute limit here, and I think we'll end with maybe 50 routes. Some of these people are doing like 150, 200, 250, 300 routes, and like that's just insane to me. Good job. Go everybody. You're great. Energy is at an all-time low. However, the sunrise is in an hour and a half, and I cannot wait. Even just shining this light in my face actually wakes me up. It's like an interesting amount. And it doesn't look like it on my camera. It literally just looks so dark. But it's just a hint of light. It's like 6. Okay. Sun, we love you. Look. It's morning time. Good morning, everybody. Time to wake up, even though you never went to sleep. It's morning again.
The only reason we come out here is to get a Red Bull.
The moment has come. We are going to walk over to our very last route. And I'm very excited. We obviously are very short of our 75 goal. But I'm really proud of us both because this is probably top 5 hardest things that I've ever done. Finishing this route felt like not only finishing the competition, but the end of an era for Jed and I in Horseshoe Hell. I remember sitting at my desk at work back in Ohio 5 years ago, watching a video about Horseshoe Hell on my lunch break, dreaming about one day competing in this crazy thing. And now, over the past 3 years, we've done the 12-hour comp, the bouldering comp, and now the full 24. I just feel really grateful for this whole experience. Life is so good. This year when people were doing awards, we had a proposal and then we also had a wedding that took place in front of a boulder, so that was pretty awesome.